day, class. Welcome to our online teaching and learning program. This is English language for JS2, and I remain Deborah Onoveran, your teacher. And this class will be taking our continuous writing lesson, that is composition or essay, as you may wish to call it. Okay, so in essay today, we are looking at the formal letter. In our previous classes, we've looked at letter writing and we have looked at the informal letter. Remember, we said the informal letter is the letter you write to a friend or a relation, a family member, or to just people you are familiar with. They could be your friends too, people you are familiar with. You write an informal letter to them. Today we are looking at formal letter. So first, let's try a definition of a formal letter. A formal letter is a letter written to a person who occupies a position of authority. A formal letter is a letter written to a person occupying a position of authority. It's a letter that you write to some people you are not really familiar with. It is also called an official letter or a business letter. It is also called an official letter or a business letter. The recipient receives that letter because of his or her office. The recipient received the letter because of his or her office. It is written to the person you are writing to in his official capacity. So a formal letter is supposed to be brief because a business person has no time to idle away. He's at work, so he cannot be reading a very lengthy letter like that. You have to be brief, you have to be concise, you have to go straight to the point of what you want to write, because you are writing to somebody who is busy at work. Okay, so that is a formal letter. Now there are features of formal letter. Features of formal letter, just like we had features of informal letter that we have looked at before. Now, a formal letter has the following features. It has two addresses. Two addresses. The address of the writer written at the top right hand side, followed immediately by the date. Then beneath the date you write the address of the receiver. The address of the receiver, the person whom this letter is addressed to, or the addressee. So these are the two addresses. The address of the writer at the top right hand corner, followed immediately by the date, then the address of the receiver beneath the date at the left hand side. The address of the receiver beneath the line of the date at the left hand side. After that, you have the salutation, and the salutation is simply "Dear Sir" or "Dear Ma." Dear Sir or Dear Ma, that is the salutation. After the salutation, you have the heading. The heading depends on what you want, what you are writing about. After the heading, you have the body of the letter. You have the introduction and the body of the letter. After that, you have the conclusion. After the conclusion, you have the Complimentary clause. Your complimentary clause is just yours faithfully. Yours faithfully. After the complimentary clause, you must have the signature of the writer. That is your signature, the signature of the writer. After the signature of the writer, your full name. When we talk about full name here, we simply mean your first name and your surname. Your first name and your surname. That is your full name. You write the full name after the signature, and your formal letter is complete. Okay, now I would like you to take a classwork. Write a letter to the manager of any company of your choice, asking him or her for permission to bring your classmate to his or her company for excursion. As the class monitor, you would like to take your classmate, to bring your classmate to his or her company for excursion, to see what they do in the company. So write to the manager of the company, asking for permission to bring your classmate for excursion. Ask him for the date, the time that will be convenient for him, so that you all can come for excursion. So write that and let it get to me so that I can go through what you have written and correct you where necessary. Okay, this is the first part of our formal letter. In the next class, we will try to get a copy, a sample of a formal letter, so that you peruse, you look at it, and there you will see how all the features that we mentioned have been put to use. Okay, so but try to write your own letter from what you know already, and please get it to me and let me see it. Like I always tell you, stay safe and God bless.